talk Earthquakes first, real quick. They lose both of their games last week. They were up 2-0 at Portland Timbers, and then
I
they ended up
saw that.
losing 4-2. So they allowed four straight goals in the second half.
I
Uh,
also saw that there was a payroll sheet of MLS teams, and shocker, the Earthquakes are a bottom five, with two of them being new teams into the league.
Gasp!
So,
Egads!
yeah, I mean, you acquired all this talent, but what did you acquired everything at a grocery outlet discount that expires next
Surely,
week.
surely you jest.
Yeah,
No, not the team that with the owner that says as soon as he builds a new stadium, he's going to start spending. No, no, can't be that guy.
yeah.
John Fisher, man of his word. Are you kidding me? No.
I love that people still think that. Like, if you were in
Yeah.
Vegas and you think that, and you're like, he got a new stadium, a brand new one in San Jose. He
Hmm.
didn't buy anyone over there.
Yeah. I would like to point out actually. I was just looking. I had a question. I noticed at PayPal Park, all of the suites are on the bottom,
Hmm.
and there's like a couple rows of seats, and then it's a suite back there behind it, and then like the regular seating goes up there. That is a feature specifically for soccer, but not even for every soccer stadium. Like if you look at Austin, who they're playing this coming week, they're playing in San Jose, but like Austin's home stadium, those suites are at the top of the stadium.
Yep.
That's the idea of a suite was you wanted to be able to charge bad seats a high price. And so when they built that stadium in San Jose, they put the suites, the expensive seats, down at the bottom, like idiots, like
Yeah.
fucking idiots. And so now, like, you can already charge a buttload for those seats for the regular people that are, trying to get good seats. You could charge whatever for those to be like, in the first three or four rows. And instead, you put suites there, and now you basically cut off an additional funding source.
That's actually
Because
what Dave Cavell said, was that they can't sell out these suites. And it's like,
but
no shit.
he's the he built that stadium.
I
That's
know.
his fault.
They signed off on that.
Yeah, that was their brilliant fucking idea. And so I mean, I just kind of took a look, and almost every single soccer stadium, and almost all of them had suites up in the regular spot, or they're playing in NFL stadiums like Atlanta or Seattle, where the suites are where they're supposed to be. But no, there was a couple of stadiums. The Quakes aren't the only ones, but there are a couple of stadiums where the suites are on the floor, and I don't understand it. I was
You got
blessed
me.
enough to be able to watch one Quakes game from one of those suites, like through a work connection way back when, well before the pandemic. And it was nice. I was sitting in a corner. I got like somebody took a corner and they stood right in front of me when I was sitting watching the game.
Heck yeah.
That being said, I would have had just as much fun in a suite at the top of the stadium, and it's just it's stupid, it's poor planning, and I just can't wait to see what other boneheaded plans they come up with for the new baseball stadium.
Yeah.
Okay, so that being said, I think I need to stop that little mini rant because I need to start ranting about something awesome. This is Bay FC. So the first photo you're gonna put up for us, Tim, uh, is the it was actually Bay Area Unite. So let's go ahead and put the first one up. And with that, the so we had Sharky and Sourdough Sam and a few mascots were hanging out. Like this was the photo that I have is one that I took pre-game. And so they were on the side of the pitch. They were like, high-fiving everybody in the stands. They were hanging out with the like when the drum line was introduced and all kinds of fun stuff. There's another picture I took at halftime. Let's bring that up. And so this is the Golden State Warriors senior dance team, and they performed at halftime. So like this was a whole thing. The players actually walking into the stadium, they had Golden State Valkyrie shirts on, and there was like different like people from each of the teams. Brandon Pajemski was
Yeah, and
and
Kaminga.
Kaminga, they were at the game, actually, the Bay Area Unite game.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun to see a whole bunch of other teams just kind of uniting around this brand new team. And wouldn't you know it, they're playing at home. They allow the first goal to the San Diego Wave, but then in the second half, Scarlett Camberos, 55 minutes in, off of a wicked cross from Kiki Pickett, to the point the defender actually stumbled. The turf monster got her, and so she was able to trap it. She set it, she kicked it, and went far post and in. Scarlett Camberos, 55 minutes in, and then in the 87th minute, Rachel Kundananji was following up a play. I can't remember who like kicked it from the basically from the line, kicked it towards the center, and then Kundananji just kind of like plows in and gets the ball in, and they take the lead in the 87th minute. Bay FC gets the W. Go ahead and throw that picture up. And so Bay FC gets the win 2-1. And it was a very exciting match. I was sitting in the far corner. Every single goal was actually scored on the opposite end of the pitch from me. So that was kind of funny. But I was able to see it. Like you can see the scoreboard, yeah, it says Bay FC wins on it. This is actually my vantage point for every single goal that was scored, because San Diego's goal was actually scored at that far end as well, because it was in the first half. So that was fun. It was an amazing time again. So I'm gonna try to go again to another game at some point in the future. I don't know when. Uh, but it's just really exciting. So there are currently 3 wins and 7 losses. They're 11th in the NWSL. Let's go ahead and pull up the standings. And yep, they're currently sitting in 11th, but they're only 2 points out of a playoff spot right now. And San Diego Wave is holding that 8th seed right now. So they're right there. They're right in the mix. It's amazing what happens when you get a W, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Really tightened up everything, especially the team that was right in front of you in the standings. So, uh, it's still an early season. I take it back. Yeah, yeah. So Angel City and Racing Louisville are kind of in between Bay FC and the 8 seed as well, San Diego Wave. But you get that win against them, against San Diego Wave, that really like tightens it up. So their next game is going to be against 7th place Gotham FC. So here it is. That's the fun league name
I was
that they
also
have.
noticing that Orlando Pride hasn't. Uh, I mean, they've had 3 decisions, but they haven't lost a single game. Um, damn, like
Yeah.
Florida has really stepped up their soccer games or soccer teams.
Yeah, so Orlando Pride, yeah, I believe they've all 7 of those wins have come in a row. They started off with 3 draws and then haven't lost a game at all. So that's how they end up at 24 points at the top of the table. Barbara Banda was, a huge goal scorer. That's the player that last week that Bay FC, I told you that they really wrapped up defensively and didn't let her get going. So that
Yeah,
was, uh, yeoman's work by Bay FC against Orlando Pride a couple weeks ago, and then this past week against San Diego Wave. Alex Morgan did not play in that game. I didn't check to see if I think she might have had like a minor injury, or they were like saving her for possible Olympic duties. I'm not entirely sure. They did pull Naomi Gurma after the first half as well, and she's going to be a key cog in the U.S. women's national team on the defense. Like she's probably getting the captain's armband after Lindsay Horan is done being captain, to give you an
gotcha.
idea. So I mean, yeah, yeah. So that's basically there's our Bay FC update. The last thing about women's soccer, they finally made a decision on 2027. Brazil is going to host it. They already have the stadium infrastructure, obviously. They hosted the World Cup in 2016, I believe, for the
Yep.
men's side. So they know how to put on the World Cup at least, and the just having a decision finally. It's about time. It's about damn time, as Lizzo would say.
I just think that It's kind of crazy that it took them this long to figure this out.
It's
It's
so ridiculous.
yeah.
We're
Talk about asking for an extension on your homework that's due to your professor.
right? Yeah, I mean, this World Cup is to be played in 3 years.
Yeah,
You know, it takes about 2 years to get it, like, completely sorted out. So they're really, like, running up against the clock there.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is, you know, it frustrating is the kindest thing you can say about FIFA. You know? Uh, if you're really in a generous mood, just to call them frustrating is nice, you know?
Yeah,
That's the nicest thing I can say.
yeah. Every time you shake hands with a FIFA head person, you always want to dry off your hands because it's so greasy with all the money that they keep laundering and taking.
Yeah, yeah. That's yeah, you definitely need that the little handy sandy,
Yep,
you know,
yep.
clean your hands up after after being near FIFA officials.